They paint their faces with laughter, but leave behind screams. Killer clowns have haunted cinema for decades, crawling out of sewers, falling from the sky, or walking into birthday parties with knives instead of balloons. We're not here to explain the makeup. We're here to explain the murders, and none of them die smiling. This isn't just about one film. It's about a legacy of terror, stitched together with red noses, rotting teeth, and a thirst for blood. It starts with a joke. Then comes the blade. Stitches opens like a bad comedy skit. A bitter, washed-up clown stumbling through a kid's birthday party. He's mocked, pushed, humiliated. The kids think it's funny, until one prank goes horribly wrong. A fall, a blade, blood spraying across cake and balloons. Stitches dies mid-act, eyes wide in disbelief. The children scream, the laughter dies. But the joke isn't over. Years pass. The kids grow up, but guilt doesn't. And neither does the curse. On the night of another party, Stitches rises, clawing out of the dirt, makeup cracked, eyes full of rage. He's no longer a man. He's an undead punchline. Not a ghost, not a zombie, something worse. A revenant driven by betrayal. Each kill is grotesquely poetic. An inflated head pumped until it bursts. A brain scooped out like dessert. Every murder mirrors the mockery he once endured. Stitches isn't here to scare, he's here to punish. He moves with swagger, drops blood-soaked one-liners, and never forgets the crowd. There's comedy here, but it's pitch black. Stitches paints revenge in bold, sticky colors, where every laugh is laced with dread and every grin hides rot. Because some clowns never die, they just wait to kill again. It starts with love, ends with hunger. A father just wants to save his son's birthday party. The clown canceled. The cake is lit. Panic sets in. Then, in the attic of an abandoned house, he finds it. A costume in a dusty trunk. Stripy suit, rainbow wig, red nose. He puts it on. Problem solved. Until it won't come off. At first, it's played like a joke. Zippers jammed. Makeup won't wash off. But soon, it's skin deep, literally. The fabric fuses to his flesh, the wig grows from his scalp, and the red foam nose. It burrows into cartilage, lodging itself like a parasite. This isn't a costume, it's a prison, a skinwalker's trap. Clown is pure body horror. But it's also a tragedy. The man inside the suit is still conscious, still fighting, but the hunger grows. The clown isn't a look, it's a demon. An ancient thing that was once performed for children, then fed on them. The curse binds him to a new rule. 5 children must be eaten. Only then can the demon be sated. Only then can the suit come off. Every scene drips with dread. Every second feels wrong. His fingers twist into claws. His voice deepens. He vomits rainbow bile and shreds through flesh like paper. But the worst part is he tries to resist. He chains himself up, starves himself, begs his wife to run. And when that fails, he picks the smallest ones, the loners, the forgotten kids. Because deep down, he still thinks he can survive this. He can't. There's no redemption here, no miracle cure. Only a monster with a man's face and a smile made of teeth. Some killers stalk. Art the clown watches. He's not loud, not fast. He doesn't scream or growl or chase. He just stands, still, pale, grinning. You'll see him under a streetlight, in the diner, on the other side of the alley. And by the time you notice him, he's already noticed you. In Terrifier, Art the clown shows up without warning and kills without mercy. Halloween night becomes his playground, and every person he crosses paths with becomes part of the act. He doesn't just murder, he humiliates. He poses for bodies, draws with blood, cuts a woman in half from head to toe, upside down, while her friend is tied up and forced to watch. There's no motive, no backstory, no childhood trauma. Just a painted smile and bottomless cruelty. Art doesn't run. He doesn't speak. He mocks. He points. He honks a tiny horn before stabbing someone in the face. The film is grimy, Cheap, shot like a nightmare on VHS, but Art makes it unforgettable. You keep thinking, he has to be human, right? Then he takes a shotgun blast to the head and gets back up. Then he saws off his own face, just for fun. Then he disappears from the morgue, smiling. At first, he's just a man in makeup, but the deeper you go, the more unnatural he becomes. He's not a killer in costume. He's something else, something worse. The joke is over. He's not here to scare you. He's here to stay. Before horror got slick with jump scares and CGI, it was raw. It was primal. It was a clown in the sewer, whispering your name. The 1990 version of It introduced the world to Pennywise the dancing clown, the nightmare that wears a smile. Played with charisma by Tim Curry, this Pennywise doesn't need flashy effects. He lures children in with bright colors and friendly banter, then rips them apart in the dark. But Pennywise isn't just a clown. He's something ancient, something cosmic, a shape-shifting predator that awakens every 27 years to feed on fear in the town of Derry. He wears many faces, but the clown is his favorite mask. Because what better disguise is there than a trusted friend? The miniseries splits the horror in two: childhood trauma and adult reckoning. The Losers Club face him as kids, but when they return as grown-ups, the evil has only grown stronger. It's not just about defeating a monster. It's about confronting the scars you thought you buried. Some effects haven't aged well, but the psychological terror still bites. Pennywise didn't just scare a generation. He rewired what people feared: balloons, sewers, and smiles. The 1990, it didn't need blood to haunt you. It just needed a laugh. They thought he was gone, but evil doesn't die. It just waits. In Terrifier 2, Art comes back, fully reborn. This time, his massacre spills into Halloween itself. He's stronger, faster, and somehow unkillable. The film opens with a morgue full of blood, and it only gets worse. Art finds new victims, but he also finds something unexpected. A strange girl dressed just like him. His daughter? His spawn? The film never explains her, but she's just as cruel. We see one of the most disturbing kills in modern horror: a woman slowly, brutally torn apart. Art smiles through it, laughs, then comes back to finish the job. But there's a new hero too. A final girl with armor, glowing swords, and a mysterious connection to the evil clown. It's a battle of myth and flesh. And by the end, the clown is no longer a man in makeup. He's a legend wrapped in guts. Christmas lights, snow on the ground, stockings by the chimney, and a clown with a flamethrower. Terrifier 3 twists Christmas Eve into a blood-soaked nightmare. Art the clown is back, and he's worse than ever. The cozy holiday backdrop only makes his violence more brutal. The warmth of the season highlights the coldness of his cruelty. This time, the horror hits harder. Survivors from previous films return, only to be dragged back into Art's growing madness. He's not just a killer anymore. He's something far beyond human. The supernatural hints from Terrifier 2 are now undeniable. Art dies and comes back laughing. The kills, they're shocking. One scene involving a nativity display is especially disturbing, a grotesque mockery of everything Christmas represents. The film pushes boundaries with gleeful cruelty, daring you to flinch. But you can't look away. Art has evolved. He's not just a silent slasher in face paint. He's ancient evil in a clown suit, wearing joy like a mask. And this time, there's no hiding behind the tinsel and snow. Terrifier 3 doesn't just scare, it corrupts the season. Christmas will never feel safe again. Not every clown is from Earth, and some come here only to kill. This cult horror gem redefines the word insanity. A spaceship shaped like a circus tent crashes near a sleepy town. But this is no clown car crash, it's an invasion. The aliens look like clowns, grotesque, bulbous heads, exaggerated grins filled with razor-sharp teeth and eyes that don't blink. Their skin is rubbery and sagging. They don't just kill, they perform. Their arsenal? Twisted carnival props made lethal. Cotton candy cocoons trap victims alive, melting them slowly. Popcorn guns shoot living kernels that hatch into murderous larvae. Acid pies eat through flesh. Shadow puppets turn into real monsters. One even boxes a man's head clean off his shoulders. His friends applaud before they realize it wasn't a trick. These aren't just alien invaders. They're cruel jesters. They don't speak. They don't explain. They mimic joy, copy Earth's humor, and turn it into ritualistic slaughter. They smile while tearing humans apart like they're in on a joke you'll never understand. Every scene in Killer Klowns dances on the edge of absurdity and nightmare. Bright, neon lighting clashes with pitch-black horror. The score sounds like a carnival, cheerful, deranged, and mocking. Behind the rubber suits is something deeper, a fear of the familiar turned wrong. Balloons that scream, candy that kills, laughter that means you're already dead. It's not just an invasion, it's a parody of our joy. And in their world, every laugh ends with a scream. No sharp teeth, no blood, just a clown doll, and that's all it takes. Buried beneath a young boy's bed, this toy clown becomes one of horror's purest symbols of terror. It doesn't move, at least not when you're looking. Its painted smile stays fixed. Its glassy eyes never blink. It simply waits. Poltergeist doesn't rely on gore or jump scares. It weaponizes suspense. The boy glances away. Thunder cracks. He looks back, and the clown is gone. Silence creeps in like fog. Then chaos. Invisible hands yank him under the bed. He screams, fights. The clown's plush arms wrap around his neck. It's sudden, violent, unforgettable. This isn't a monster that runs or roars. It doesn't speak, but it burned itself into millions of nightmares. Because it speaks to something ancient, the fear of innocence turned against us. It taps into every child's nightmare, toys coming to life, shadows hiding things that shouldn't exist. This isn't just a puppet. It's the embodiment of every fear you had when the lights went out. One scene, one clown, a lifetime of dread. One town, one summer, one monster in a clown's skin. It, Chapter 1, redefined what Killer Klowns could be. This isn't just horror. It's a myth. It's grief. It's childhood, fractured by fear. Pennywise hunts children because they're tastier when they're scared. He slinks through sewers and slides into nightmares. He offers balloons, then rips arms off. The Losers Club, 7 broken kids, are the only ones who fight back. Not because they're brave, but because they have no choice. Every scene drips with tension, from Georgie's paper boat to Beverly's blood-drenched bathroom. And in the center of it all, a clown with eyes that shine like headlights before the crash. Bill Skarsgård reinvents Pennywise. He floats, stutters, and then strikes. He's not just a monster. He's the embodiment of everything that hurt you when you were too young to fight back. This film isn't about a clown. It's about survival. And the haunting truth that sometimes your childhood never leaves you. It hides. And wait, with sharp teeth. The kids beat him once, but now they're adults, and Pennywise is waiting. 27 years later, the Losers Club returns to Derry to face the monster they tried to forget. But forgetting doesn't mean healing, and Pennywise remembers everything. This time, he's more brutal. He crawls from the shadows, grows enormous, shrinks into voices. He twists memories into weapons. He becomes what you fear, and worse. We see suicides, possessions, a child devoured beneath the bleachers. Pennywise doesn't just kill, he desecrates, and the town helps him, because Derry belongs to him, always has. The final battle isn't about fists, it's about fear, and what happens when you stop believing in your own worth. The group must face their trauma or die trying. This film is messier than the first. But the emotion cuts deeper, and when Pennywise falls, screaming, shrinking, begging, you realize the truth. You can kill a clown, but you can never erase the scars. And that brings us to the end of our Killer Clown Countdown. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click like and subscribe for more horror breakdowns, if you dare.